Well, 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 boys and girls of the Hex community. The time has come for the Staker app. It is now available on Android as a kind of a preliminary version. There's a lot more updates to be made, but I am proud to introduce to you not my work, but the work of Firebun and Steph. Basically, those two were the masterminds behind this app, which I think is going to onboard a lot of new people into the community by making it simple and easy to learn how to stake in a user-friendly way with an excellent UX that they thought of everything. So let's dig right into it. Right now it's only available on Google Play, and hopefully shortly it will be available in the Apple App Store as well. The process for getting into the iOS store is a little bit more complicated, so they're a little more stringent basically. But if you have an Android, go to the Google Play Store right now, or just go to staker.app. That's the website, staker.app. Let's pull it up, and you can see here, earn your future. Very professional, very sleek. Again, love the color scheme with the different tones of blue and teal. The Apple App Store has no link right now, but the Play Store will take you right on over to Google Play, and you can go ahead and download that on your mobile device. So we're going to be demoing this on a Pixel 2 today. Not the newest Pixel, but it doesn't matter. And we're just going to pop this bad boy open and show you guys exactly how it works. Alright, so first of all, very beautiful screen right here. Very nostalgic and reminiscent of Hex.Live. They actually use the same coding kind of framework. It's called Google Flight. And you've got all the important stuff that you'll really ever need right here. So you've got the overview, which shows you the global statistics. So global interest is thus far at 9.8 between all stakes, the earnings that all stakes have accrued on average. There is a constant upticker of the amount of total money in US dollars paid to stakers. So this gives a user the understanding that, hey, there's money being made at all times of the day, every second, and it just gives the user that extra little dopamine hit that they're earning money right now. So it's symbolic, if anything. It's not like you're getting this money, but this is the interest that's been distributed to the whole staker class ever since the inception of Hex, right? Well, actually, it says right here, this was what's paid in the last 12 months. So we haven't quite hit 12 months yet, but this will be a running 12-month total. Then we've got a couple of important stats here. We've got stakers, total number of stakers, which I'm assuming means addresses, right? And there's an average of 10 stakes per user. So each of these stakers has about 10 stakes. So just add a zero onto that, and we're looking at about 178,860 individual stakes done by 17,000 addresses. And we can speculate as to how many users that really is, but even if we divide that by 10, let's say every user had 10 accounts, that would still be 1,700 people. And I'm sure a lot of people have less than 10 accounts. So for a project not even a year old to have somewhere, I'm guessing, between 3 and 10,000 users is very, very significant. That is the spark that will be basically the snowball to get the avalanche rolling down this hill of mass adoption. Next, we've got total staked in USD. So this metric is just the total dollar value that has been staked. It is 12.97% of the total Hex available. So it's basically the same stat as that hexinfo.io chart, the pie chart that shows what percentage is staked. We can see it's 12.97% for a total of 234 million US dollars. Then we've got leagues down here, which I don't know if you might have noticed, but it's consistently, I'm not doing anything. It's just kind of flipping through the different leagues. So the users get to see, hey, if I'm a whale, how many other whales are there? If I'm a dolphin, how many other dolphins are there? And I can kind of size myself up to these guys. So if I was a dolphin, I could see there's 858 more of me out there. And that's kind of what that is. Finally, the average duration. So 4.31 years. 4.31 years is the average stake duration. So people are voting with their time. People are using their time as a vote of confidence in this project. right? What other project do you know that people believe in it so long term that the average stake duration between all of these stakes and all of these stakers is 1,573 days. So the people that get into Hex can understand long-term thinking. They can understand that this is going to be a project that's going to be around for a long time, right? They've moved past the scam narrative, and the real smart ones are staking for the long term, right? So we're assuming no dump to zero, and that's just kind of something everyone's internalized. So it's clearly visible with metrics like this, right? You can't lie about users' confidence when they directly vote for it by sacrificing an average of 4 years of their life in order to realize their gains. And obviously most people are laddered, so it's not like they're all going to dump on the same day anyway. Next we go over to the feed section up here. The feed section is super interesting. It's a live feed, not only of Uniswap data, but just live Ethereum blockchain data. So every time anyone does anything, you can see it. It's all visible here. So you can see anytime people are selling larger amounts, they get tagged as big, right? We'll scroll down. Anytime someone starts a new stake, it's a blue box. Anytime somebody free claims, we got this nice little teal box here, which I think is cool. Won't be around for much longer, but pretty neat. There's hashtags, so if you want to organize by hashtag, this one's tagged as not only big, but very big, right? A $46,000 stake is bigger than regular big. So they have these hashtags on them to make them easy to find. We'll keep going down. You can see when people's stakes have been completed, so that becomes a green box. Somebody just completed a $67,000 stake, which ended after 5 days, and that was pretty cool. We can actually see the original stake right above that. So started a new stake, and then 5 days later, these two events are actually related, which you can see by this middle thing here. So they even chained the events together. So the related stake was the blue box, and the completed stake was the green box. So you can actually see how much interest people are making. This guy made almost $200 in 5 days. Not bad at all. So you can see how that perpetual income machine is coming to life, right? We keep going down. We'll keep scrolling down, and we could see a few penalties here. So we could see when people emergency end their stake. This guy only served 301 out of 353 days. Maybe he wants to restake for the big payday. I would not be surprised. So his penalty was only $205 out of the whole 4,900. So this guy did pretty well. He served most of his stake, and if I had to guess, I would say he's probably trying to restake for the longer term. And finally, the last function that you can do in Hex is called good accounting. Good accounting boxes are purple, and they tell you when somebody ends their stake and good accounting it. So this guy's been running for 293 out of 205 days, but he's not paying any penalties on that for forgetting to end their stake because he chose to run good accounting on his stake. So right now, that money is just sitting there waiting to be minted, but not serving any penalties, right? It looks like this guy actually served penalties for a few days, which we could see by the small hit that he took. After he made about 10,000 of interest, he paid 20,000 of penalties for forgetting about it. But looks like somebody ran good accounting on him, or maybe he ran it on himself, and he is no longer bleeding out. So pretty cool, guys. Free claims, emergency unstakes, good accountings, claim starts, and stake starts, and stake completions. All visible on the feed page. So a lot of cool features coming soon. Again, this is a work in progress, so if we click on the alert bell in the top right corner, we can see the alert feature is coming soon. This is going to be awesome. This is going to help people remember when their stakes run up, right? So when it's time for them to pull out their money, that feature will be there. This feature is just general settings. It's not there yet. And we can also go over to the market tab. So just over to the left here, we've got a fully integrated TradingView viewport that is embedded into this app. So people can check the number one thing that matters in all of cryptocurrency, which is the price, right? So in Hex, we don't like to beat around the bush. We like to be honest, and we like to admit to ourselves that price is the only thing that people invest in cryptocurrency for. It's all speculation right now. Maybe we'll have other use cases, but the first principles that Hex was founded on is that price is the only thing that matters. So, well, it's the first thing that matters, and it's the only thing that matters for more adoption. We can toggle through different pairs with the top right button, this little change icon. We can see different pairs. So Hex to ETH, BTC to USD, ETH to USD, Hex to USD. Hex to USD happens to be my favorite pair. It depends on what your goals are, right? If your goals are to get more ETH, then your favorite pair should be Hex ETH. If your goal is to get more Bitcoin, your favorite pair would be probably the Hex BTC price. But we can easily zoom out, scroll around, change from weeks to months to days. That's really all I care about. I never really look at shorter time frames. It's a great looking chart right there, guys. Great looking chart. And then we can back out of here with the back button in the top left corner. Head on over to the profile page, which is really the cool thing here. So I've already set up my profile, but I removed it to set it up again for the sake of this demo. So you're going to set up your profile, and really simply put, you want to make sure that you have your Ethereum public address copied to your clipboard. Simply tap in here, paste it right in there, click the check mark button, and I've added my address. Simple as that. So now if we back out, we can see all the cool stuff about my individual profile. And this is really going to be your home base, right? So the home is the public data, profile is your personal data. So you can see this is my public account. Really, it's just my donation address, which I've staked most of it. And right now we've got, a 1.1K worth of Hex, so 263,000. I've accrued a total of $10, so not really much to brag about there because my stakes aren't long, guys. I'm just staked till after big payday. This is my play money. This is not my real account, but it's good for the sake of the demo, right? And we can see I've got 94% staked. The performance of my total USD value, which is again what most people are probably going to care about, will go down. And then, just like we had all the stats on the homepage, now you can see all those same stats for yourself. So I've staked $1,000, about $250,000 Hex. I have $64 worth of Hex available to me, so liquid. I've got 23.3 T shares, so trillions of shares, and it actually shows you the percentage of the total, which will come into play when we care about the leagues that we're in. My average duration is only 59 days or 0.2 years. So again, it's my test account. This is not my actual strategy. In reality, I'd recommend that people stake much longer than this. And my average interest so far is coming up on 1% here. And that grows over time, right? I haven't been staked for very long here. Now, you can see up at the very top, it's super cool. I'm an oily octopus. And if you click on it, or you tap on it, you could see that you're exactly what rank you are in this league. So I'm 3,000th out of 5,000. So not doing so hot in the oily octopus gang. I got to get those numbers up, those are rookie numbers. Then we go over into the top left. We can go edit our address. We can add other addresses. And coming soon is going to be the whole achievements feature, which is really going to hook people in, give them that serotonin, that dopamine hit. And that's what's really going to make this app addicting, as if it's not already, right? This is an app I'd be checking all the time, especially with my full ladder and my real accounts, So we go over here to the stakes tab, and we can actually kind of manage our stakes from here, which is super critical, right? So I've got 4 stakes open right now, and it's going to warn me when they become due. So one thing that's great about this app is it's all about user experience. It's all about helping the user manage their stakes better. So when mine's due, I have a big red alert telling me that it's due. It's saying, hey, dumbass, go unstake this, right? So I click on this. We can see I am super late. I've staked for 118 out of 10 days. And so I'm 108 days late. I'm also 1,180% complete with my stake. So my stake was a $4 stake, and so far I've lost $1 of that. So I've been hit 25% for not pulling out, right? Always got to remember to pull out, guys. Wink, wink. Upcoming stakes haven't been completed yet. I've got 3 of them, right? So this one is not completed yet, but I am coming up on the completion date. And in fact, I'm actually past the completion date, so it's red. So I've served 112 out of 100 days. Now remember guys, in Hex there's a 14-day grace period, just like CDs in the real world. So the reason I haven't taken any penalties out and this hasn't switched to the red alert section is because I'm only 12 days into the 14 days grace period. So it's telling me, hey dude, you got to do something, but it's not fully alerting me yet because I'm not accruing any losses right now, but I will be in 3 days. We go down and we can see a couple of my other stakes. I've got this stake right here, staked for 35 more days. It shows you the stake percentage. So I am 23 out of 59 days done, or 40%, and a nice little visual progress bar so I can visually see how much, how complete I am. It's also telling me that I would lose about $30 or 3% by ending the stake today. So it gives you an estimation to save your ass from wrecking yourself if you are so dumb enough to, end stake early without realizing the significance of that. So I would lose about $30 by ending the stake today. Thank you for telling me, Staker app. Finally, we've got this little guy over here. So this one's only been out for 112 out of 200 total days. And it's telling me 56% complete. Due in 88 days. It's a little hard to read on the screencast software. And it says I would earn $0 by ending the stake today because remember, I'm about halfway through the stake. So it's clearly indicating to me that I'm not actually paying any penalties. I'm actually just earning nothing if I end it today. Maybe if I serve it the whole time, I'll end up with $5 instead of $4. All right. That's it for In a Nutshell, guys. The significance of this is huge. I've just gone through all the functionality. Again, there's a market tool that shows all the great work that Uniswap.vision does. It's basically just an in-app version. There's a home page which shows you the overall staker statistics of everybody in the entire Hex ecosystem, a live feed of everything coming out. You could see if people just dumped a whole bunch, if they just bought a whole bunch, I actually haven't seen any. Oh, so we've got a purchased here. That was another thing I didn't talk about. We can see if they've sold or purchased. So obviously we want to see buys. We don't want to see sells. And finally, the profile page with a lot coming soon. So achievements and all that, where you could see your individual statistics and add as many addresses as you want. So just for shits and gigs, I'm going to add a random address that I just found on the old Etherscan website. And now you can see here, I've got 2 addresses up here, right? 2 addresses. And it adds the value of both together, right? So it actually consolidates all of your accounts into one. So you remember I used to have only 1.11K? Well, this random address that I added had about 40,000 hex, and it got added to my total. You could see, maybe my stakes look a little different now. So you could see my new stakes just came in. They're actually pending. So this guy just staked today, must have. So when they're pending, they're yellow. That's pretty cool. Just learned that. And they will start accruing interest when the day rolls over tomorrow. So there you have it, guys. Due stakes, pending stakes, and upcoming stakes. All 3 of them. You can really add as many as you want up here. And it'll just keep consolidating them for more and more and more. I'm not sure if there's a max limit on the number of addresses you can have. If anybody wants to find out and let me know, feel free to, add as many as you can and get back to me. But guys, there you have it. How cool is this? This is something you can hand to your friends when you're trying to adopt them. And it just gives so much validity and legitimacy to this whole thing, right? Say, hey guys, want to check on your stakes anytime, just go to the App Store, get the Staker app. You can do everything on MetaMask and buy all your hex there with ETH. And then you can stake it all from Staker. And more importantly and more fun, you can monitor it and compare yourself to others, unlock all the achievements, and just be on your way to financial freedom. That's pretty much it. I don't think I missed anything. When you first sign up for the app, there's a really cool onboarding flow. So it goes through a couple of screens that say, imagine yourself financially totally free, saving up for a new car, a new vacation. And it really just kind of hits you in the feels there. So it's a nice little Easter egg that you only see once upon your first time opening the app. But I thought that was a really nice touch as well. So they really thought about this thing from an empathic side, from the user standpoint, and from a non-technical user as well. So there's a kind of lack of jargon that we tend to use in the cryptocurrency world, right? It only really touches on things that people are familiar with, like interest. Staking is kind of the only new concept here, but that's what the app is all about, right? So it's meant to be user-friendly for everybody, not just you, but your mom, dad, sister, brother, uncle, coworker that's just heard about Hex for the first time and wants to get involved. So I hope these guys come out with a referral program soon, somehow. But again, a lot to be done, but so much has already been achieved. And I just think it's great that Steph and Firebun were able to put this together in such a short amount of time, right before the big payday too. So go out, download this, show your friends, and just really well done, guys. Wanted to give a big shout out to those guys. If you want to donate, they've got their addresses on their Twitters. You already know who they are, but that's it, guys. That's the app. I'm impressed, and I'm honestly more bullish than ever on the price. So, as always, guys, I'm out. Keep calm, Hex on, and have a good rest of your day.